Oh, hello. Welcome to another Tabletop Impulse video. We've got some even more information on the sort of eve of getting all the information, but we've got even more information about the Critical Ops card pack. Now, I know some people who are in the know are wondering what information is this, because there's bigger channels with embargoes that will be spoiling everything in about 12 to 13 hours, but all I've done is a very old trick for people like me who are obsessed. The kind of people that would peel, a topical reference now. The kind of people that would peel the corners off their Christmas presents on December the kind of 23rd because they're just desperate to know what they're getting. And if, like me, you can't contain yourself and you're desperate to know, if patience is not a virtue that you possess, all you need to do is go to the Games Workshop website and change the country of origin, the delivering to thing in the top corner. If you change that to New Zealand, because as we all know, New Zealand exists 12 to 13 hours in the future. So at 9 p.m. in the UK, it's 10 a.m. in New Zealand, and their pre-orders go up. Even though the digital embargo for influencers worldwide is pegged to 10 a.m. UK time, because, of course, Games Workshop is a UK company, you do often get some details from the product page itself, which is viewable a full 13 hours before that time. So that's what I've done, and that's what we're reporting on today. But before I do that, I just want to say $60, 60 New Zealand dollars for this packet of cards. Now, I'm not an economist. It's £18 in the UK. The card pack, that's from the retailer price list. Oh, because somebody asked me in a previous video, this is going to all the usual distribution channels. It's going to your friendly local gaming store, so you'll be able to get the usual discounts and things like that. And the more I read about this item, the proof is very much going to be, can Games Workshop keep it in stock? This needs to be, everyone who plays Kill Team will buy this product, will need to buy this product. Yeah, 60 New Zealand dollars is about £31, according to online currency converters. Now, I know there are other factors like the cost of living in different countries and how much salaries and rent and stuff. And if I really wanted to be thorough about it, I could convert it into a standard commodity. So go 60 New Zealand dollars will buy you this many Big Macs, whereas 18 British pounds in Britain would buy you this many Big Macs, and then you can do a kind of proper value comparison. I just feel like it bears mentioning. It's kind of a well-known fact. There are other channels that are based over in Australia and New Zealand that mention it all the time, and every time I flick over the New Zealand website to look at their stuff, I am kind of flabbergasted. Does anybody, if you're from New Zealand and you play this game, tell me in the comments. Are you just very wealthy? How does that work? Anyway, on to the reveals. So one new picture and some text. So let's go through the text first. Ignore the pictures down the bottom. That's just an archive of the things we already had. So Kill Team is a fast-paced game of skirmish battles. The deck helps set up your match play missions just as quickly while offering plenty of variety for pick-up-and-play games. The cards in this deck allow you to combine 3 new missions with 9 complete kill zone maps and 27 updated tac ops. So, covering every archetype, the included leaflet provides a range of ways to generate each aspect of your game, from random draws to bidding on missions. Then keep the action flowing with handy game reference tools. You'll be lurking, shooting, and smashing before you know it. So, okay, we've learned a lot. 27 tac ops cards. So in my previous video I said 24, but of course they need to include the 3 faction tac op 1, faction tac op 2, and faction tac op 3 cards. Now I have it on extremely good authority. I suppose this is a leak, what I'm about to tell you. I have it on extremely good authority that the cards are tarot sized. So your White Dwarf faction tac op cards, you won't be able to use those as tac op cards that you shuffle into your deck. I guess you can carry them with you as aid memoir, and then when you pull your tarot-sized faction tack up 1, 2, or 3 cards, you've got the other one that you can, So that's interesting. Not really the main thing I want to focus on for this video. My mind's blown. There are only 3 missions. So we've seen one of them is loot. There are 3 missions. Now, loot is pretty simple. It's 1 AP, and it's the rule from loot and salvage. Well, you control an objective market that's not been looted. You can loot it for 1 AP, and you can only loot everything a maximum of 3 times. So, are the objectives going to be that simple? Like, if there's only 3, and one's loot, is another one going to be like, you control an objective, and then you keep control of it until your opponent controls it? And is one going to be, you control the objective, you're standing on it, and you lose control if you move off it? Like, are they going to be the 3 missions? And then obviously with 9 maps, right? So that's 27 possible game types, but they're all fairly, like, it seems to me like it's likely to be a culling of anything where the primary mission was actually really interesting. So actually they've simplified the game, right? If I'm right, they've removed, like, I'd be surprised if there's a pickup primary. I'd be surprised to see something like Consecration get in. As I said last video, I think the firewalls one is definitely gone. Like, and then the one where people, the certain competitive players were always criticising, the one where you turn off objectives, I bet that's gone as well. So a lot of the kind of extra fluff, extra rules text around missions, I would think, if there are only 3 and this is one of the 3, there's much less complexity in your primaries. They're much more of a blank slate situation. You're also getting, I'm going to just switch to the pan here. So you're getting 3 mission cards, of which this is one. Okay. You're getting 9 map cards, of which we've been shown 2 here. Okay. You're getting the map key card, which you've already been shown here. Game sequence prompt card, we've not seen that yet. The scouting step reference cards, of which we've seen 1 here, brand new for this New Zealand website page. And a fold-out sequence leaflet, which I'm guessing is this. Right? Now, okay. So, 9 maps, 3 missions. I think I've said everything I need to say on that. Let's look at the scouting Fortify. So why have they decided to give us the cards for Fortify, Infiltrate, and Recon? Well, at least in the Fortify one, they've changed this. They've made Fortify, this is placing a barricade. They've made this, I think, better. Okay, yes, it has to be wholly within your territory, but that just means the same as it basically ever did. Because territory is now defined on the map. It's this stuff, okay? Now, you can no longer put it has to be wholly within, so you used to be able to put your barricade, like, on the centre line, but, like, so I could put it, like, here, just sticking out into their territory. Can't do that anymore, but you can put it on a vantage point. That's potentially huge. I really like this change, because Fortify was basically seen as the most pointless of the scouting, except Into the Dark, right? But I don't think this product shows me that Into the Dark is very much seen as a fun variant and not really the core game. Vantage points, getting a barricade up on a vantage point to give you potentially, if you have a lot of people are going to have to rethink how they think about tables, because one of the schools of thought for setting up kill team tables for a long time was, well, you can have vantage points in the drop zone, but only if they're completely open. Well, that's, if you give someone a completely open vantage, you're now tempting them very severely to use Fortify to give themselves a vantage point with light cover on, which is a very powerful thing. So you're going to have to think about how you're setting your tables. Maybe the big-brained competitive people will decide that actually putting a vantage point like that in someone's deployment zone to tempt them to use this Fortify is a good thing, because it enables the other player to go, well, he's got this vantage point, so he's almost certainly going to use Fortify. And let's be fair, recon is quite a popular option, so I'm more likely to get first turn off them. That's also a possibility. And that really is all I got to talk about today. Don't get much on the New Zealand website, but I just thought I'd sneak out a little video because I know I've been quiet. I've been really under the cloche with work stuff, which is now all finished. So there's going to be a flurry of activity before I go quiet again because of the Christmas break. Just some things to reflect on. The stealth change to fortify, that's huge. That even further cements, that is a huge fundamental core change. That cements this as an absolute must-buy product for anybody that's playing Kill Team. I wanted to share a colourful analogy with you that came today. So, do you think the missions will lack flavour? Zimbad and I were talking about this in terms of ice cream yesterday. Today, I think, at work. Right now we have 9 missions, so we have 9 flavours, which is great, but some of the flavours are weird. They're like beef or cheese. Because some of the missions, like 2 or 3, are just really odd, okay? But they are all quite different, the 9 missions. Whereas now we have 27 flavours, but they're all kind of, you got your vanilla flavour mission, your clotted cream flavour mission, and your plain flavoured mission. They don't look like there's that much. There's going to be a difference between them for sure, but they've lost a lot of the sort of funky, interesting narrative rules. Now, does the game need that layer of complexity on what has grown into a more complex game? Actually, I think I defer to the Warhammer team here. Possibly removing that level of complexity is going to help the game because we know that complexity is going up in other areas like roster construction and in the kinds of mechanics that the bespoke teams are getting. So, a positive thing, I think, actually. But what do you think? I would love your opinions in the comments. This tarot card size thing kind of irritates me, I have to say. Sleeves, they gave away loads of, they gave away really cool custom-made Kill Team sleeves of the standard, Magic the Gathering size. I've got loads of those, really like them, really think they're actually a really nice product. The sleeves go, they're pretty good. Though, unless they make more in the new size, that's kind of irritating, isn't it? The tarot... It means that all the cards they put in White Dwarf that are the standard Magic the Gathering type size for Kill Team, they're not compatible now with the standard deck in terms of, yes, you had to sleeve them up before because they had the perforated edges, but now you don't have that option at all. You've got to put in the blank, the dummy cards, and yeah, you can still use the White Dwarf punch out cards as an aid memoir, but that decision does strike me as odd. Right, having said all this, I feel a little bit guilty is not the wrong word because I'm reporting on something that has been officially, if I was handed a leak of the full thing tonight, I wouldn't make a video out of respect for Glass and Crit and the people who have the early access to it, but this is something that they have officially, Games Workshop have officially put out. Yeah, they've officially put it out for Kiwis, but all this being said, do watch Glass Half Dead tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. He's a supporter of the channel. He gave us a shout out and things like that. So do give him the views. I will make a video later in the evening on Saturday going over my kind of thoughts and analysis based on those images that will now be in the public domain from Glass and Crit and GMG and whoever else has got a copy of the cards. But I will wait a good 8 or 9 hours before I put a video out because they deserve those those views. That's really it. Oh, if you want to make sure that you get that video, my analysis, if you enjoy my take on things and the extra value that I hope that I add, please do subscribe and make sure that you catch that video. Please do leave a comment. I've asked a couple of questions here. That's really helpful. If you are minded to, you can become a channel member. Costs you a little bit of cash, but it does really, really help out. especially in these trying times in the UK economy. In any event, if you click the join button, there's like a secret video that plays to people that click the join button. You don't even have to then go on to sign up, so there's an extra little bit of content for you. I think that's everything. Have a really great evening, folks. Cheery, cheery, bye. Cheery, cheery, bye.